precedence formula, which is F dwarf, and of course, the fundamental law of solving ordinary algebraic equations are the two most important tools you need to be able to solve all ordinary algebraic equations. Let us turn our attention to the next objective of number 8, where we develop the applications of this precedence formula, the F dwarf. Let us see how this skill is applied one time and again. Let's watch out. We now solve our original question, our original equation, which borders on the day the sick man will die, or which borders on the day the bacteria in the sick man's body will grow up to 1,500,000. Recall that that equation of growth of bacteria is 3d to the power 5 is equal to 1,500,000. So that is the given equation. The next line is going to focus on clearing the obstacles. We have two obstacles here, don't forget. 3 as a coefficient and 5 as power. Both of them must be made to be equal to 1. As earlier learned, we have to start making 3 become 1. So how do we make 3 become 1? First, we ask ourselves, since we have two obstacles in solving this equation, what must we do? As beginners, we are expected to keep this formula with us at all times until we get proficient, so proficient that we can do without it in written form. We can actually carry the principle in our minds subconsciously as we solve equations. F dwarf is the formula that helps us determine which of these two we go first. F regulates it. Now, the first is there a need for D in solving this? No, no need. So we skip it. Is there a need for U? No, no need. Why? Because D appears only once in the equation. Why is there no need for this D? That is because the divisor is 1 already. So D is not necessary for solving this, and U is not also necessary for solving it. Next is A, that is adder. Is adder 0? Yes. This plus 0 is here. That means 3d to the power 5 is like saying 3d to the power 5 plus 0. So the adder is not needed to be removed because already it is equal to 0 here. So D is not necessary, U is not necessary, A is not necessary. What about C? C is coefficient. Yes, that one is an obstacle here. It is 3 instead of 1. Let's clear it. How do we clear a coefficient to make it become 1? That number, divide it by itself. So I brought in 3 to divide 3. That is why we regard this one as an exogenous material. That is why we regard this number, this 3, as a foreign number, a number which came into this process to achieve a goal. But whatever thing I bring in to achieve a goal that does not change the value of one side of an equation must be repeated both sides. If I divide this by this 3, certainly the value of left-hand side will change. So the same thing should be done to right-hand side. See me as I want to divide the right-hand side also by 3. Now, let's simplify both sides. If we simplify this left-hand side, we are left with 1d to the power 5, or simply written, d to the power 5 is equal to, when 3 divides 1,500,000, it is equal to 500,000. Therefore, if these two sides are simplified, we are left with this is equal to this. That is not the end of it. yet. We have only cleared the coefficient. What about the power? This is this P here. It also has to be cleared. It must be made to become 1. There are 2 methods of making this power 5 become power 1. The 2 methods are the use of roots and the use of multiplicative inverse of the power. Look at the first formula being applied here. This is called the 5th root of d to the power 5. If this had been d to the power 4, it should have been the 4th root that will clear it. If this had been power 2, it should have been square root that will clear it. If this had been to power 3, it should have been cube root that will clear it. But now that it is power 5, it is the 5th root that will clear it as well. We're using it here. So this is the 5th root. As earlier explained or noted, this type of expression, when evaluated, will give us D. All right. Down to right-hand side, what is the 5th root of this right-hand side? I hope you know why we are talking about the 5th root of 500,000. It is because 5th root have been chosen as the operation that will clear this power 5. So this is foreign. This 5th root is foreign. It means I brought it in to achieve a goal of making this 5 become 1. It is going to change the left-hand side. That is why it must be applied also to the right-hand side. What is the 5th root of 500,000? It is equal to 13.8, as we see afterwards. What about the second method here? That is using the multiplicative inverse of the power. The power is power 5. What is its inverse? It is 1 over 5. Please, if you say 5 times 1 over 5, the answer is equal to 1. And then 500,000 raised to the power 5, 1 over 5. Please, what is foreign in this operation? What is foreign in this operation is 1 over 5. Why did I bring it in? I brought it in because I wanted to make this 5 become 1. And I know that whenever a number multiplies its inverse, that the answer is equal to 1. And the inverse of 5 is 1 over 5. I therefore brought in 1 over 5 to make this 5 become 1 and dip it to both sides. That is how this expression came to be. The first method, when applied, would straight away give us D is approximately equal to 13.5. Sorry. The first method, when applied, would straight away give us an answer. D is approximately equal to 13.8. 13.8 days. But second method, which is this method, when applied, will first give us this intermediate result. This d to the power 5, all to the power 1 over 5 will give us d to the power 1. You should know how this became 1. By now also, you should know how this 500,000 raised to the power 1 over 5 became 500,000 raised to the power 0.2. It is this line that became this line. Now it is time to use calculator or any other device to press 500,000 raised to the power 0.2. When done, the answer will still be equal to 13.8. So either this method or this method, whichever way, the answer is that the D is approximately equal to 13.8. Now we have solved that first equation, which we had to start out with a challenge that determines a challenge whose solution determines the life or death of a sick man. At this time, we have been able to know how to determine the day the man's sickness will grow so once that at a point beyond 8, the man dies. What this D is equal to 13.8 shows is that what this answer, which is D is approximately equal to 13.8 shows is that the drug or the medicine for that man's sickness must be found on or before the 13.88th day, which is on or before the 14th day approximately, which is 2 weeks. That is what this thing is. 13.8 when approximated will be equal to 14. Now, we are so grateful that we have the skill of solving equations that contain powers. Any kind of power, power 2, power 3, power 4, power 5, 6, and even beyond. Now, the answer again is that D is approximately equal to 13.8.